Hello! It has been a while, hasn't it? I'm Libluini and this is my little let's play of Amnios for the Amiga. As you can see, I'm already dying again here in this fine little shoot 'em up with its weird little idiosyncrasies. But this time we're on planet 5 of 10 according to the manual. Well, let's see if I really have to kill everything on 5 more planets. Well, there is nothing much left to say at this point. It's basically the same thing you always have to do in a level of Amnion. You have to shoot everything that moves and somehow find out which of the stuff you're supposed to destroy and which of the stuff you're shooting at is actually invincible or not actually there and just part of the background. In this case, well, you know the drill. Find the ugly faces, then destroy them. You have to destroy all eyes, all brains, all veins, and then this little heart symbol up on the right corner shows us how healthy the Onco-Blanc or the Onco-Block actually is. We remember, I should repeat this since it has been months since I've played this. We are playing some weird little creature piloting some kind of super weapon sent out to destroy a menace called the Onco-Block. Some kind of weird thing infesting planets out here. And we are sent to destroy it. And to destroy it we have to shoot stuff on the planet. Stuff which looks quite often like ugly faces. And we're getting plastered by lots of stuff. To recap, we have energy, so we are not instantly dead if we are hit. But the energy drains it drains all the time. So if you hit 3 times, no invincibility frames, you get energy drained for 3 hits. And if you touch something, then said something will drain you of energy. The entire time. Compounding this is the control scheme. If you know the older videos, I have complained a lot about this, but essentially you control this ship like some weird asteroid clone. Left and right on your joystick or on your control pad, move the ship around, and forward accelerates, and backward actually has no function whatsoever. So for example, if I want to fly back the way I came, I have to rotate 180 degrees, then I have to accelerate, which if I'm too fast essentially means I have to de-accelerate first and then accelerate into the new direction. Like some weird kind of spaceship, which is kind of apt really. Those huge quadratic blue things you just said careening wildly around are red things. For one thing, you can actually get bonus items from them if you go the whole rigmarole of finding an item called DNA, dragging one of them to one of those blue ships, and then waiting for an indefinite amount of time, and then collecting it. Hopefully you find the right one. Or you can just regain energy if you are somehow able to foresee all their weird direction flips and can stay inside of them for long enough. Most of the time, however, trying to follow them will just drag you across all the enemies, all of them, and you get killed. Which is kind of the opposite you want if you're trying to follow them to get more energy. Another important point is your weapon can actually destroy some of the projectiles if they hit. The counterpoint to this is if you want to destroy some of those weird mouths or other enemies shooting at you, then sometimes you just hit a few of their projectiles, they hit you, and, well, your firepower was wasted. And again, thanks to the control scheme, it's really hard to target something specific, because every time you adjust your aim left and right, your gel will just drift forward a little bit for some reason. So this means if you want to shoot at something that takes 20 or more hits to die, then, well, expect to just slowly drift over it as soon as you have it down to half health or something. Then you of course have to move around, accelerate back a bit, move around again, and then start shooting again. And if you are just a little bit off by all of this, then of course you can do it all over again. As you saw right now, this little fly which killed us just touched us, but the important thing, it touched us and then went slowly through us, touching us all the while, draining our energy like mad. And then we died. So, but we are actually doing quite good right now in this weird living jungle thing on this planet. Health overall is already down by half, but we missed a lot of brains and eyes. Especially eyes are hard to miss, but at the same time they are hard to hit. So they are really weird in that you normally easily can see what is supposed to be an eye in a level, but if you want to hit them, well, most eyes are small and hard to hit if you find them. So most eyes tend to survive while you're wildly shooting at everything else. Like for example, weird organic structures shooting weird organic bullets at you. Another important point are the brains. Brains are not that often to find, and if you see them, they are large enough to easily be hit. So my shit. Okay, again, my suggestion is, if you see a brain, and shoot it. Just shoot it. Well, I know this is kind of weird thing to say, since you have to shoot almost everything you see. But hey, in a game that astonishingly simple beneath its impressive exterior, there's only so much I can say. Right now I'm trying to destroy those little teeth-like things, then I give up and drift to the left, destroy other things, and apparently I have accidentally hit so many veins. The overall health is astonishingly far down. And then again. The really weird thing I'm remembering now is, for this video I actually cut out a lot of this. And right now I think the first cut was already there, but because I was actually smart enough to do the cuts in the moment I died, this essentially means I have no idea where my cuts actually are, because if you play this for long enough, then all this stuff tends to blend into each other, it blends together, and then you get in this weird dreamlike hazy state where you're simply shooting and moving and shooting and moving, and completely forgetting that those hideous things you're trying to kill are actually not real. Oh god, I'm starting to rant again. Oh, sorry. So, I have no idea if this is supposed to be a brain or some part of the veins. I guess in the beginning I killed so many veins because I misidentified those huge orange blobs of flesh with brains. But they aren't brains, they are some kind of artificial plant heart or something. Now we're destroying this thing, whatever it was, apparently another vein. Flies are unconnected to the onco blocks, they are just there to annoy you. Here we have DNAs, but this time I'm smart enough not to try to collect them, because, hell, most of the time you get something like an invincibility shield which protects you for a few seconds, then you're dead again. I tried it, as you have seen again and again, but I haven't actually seen those fabled bonus weapons I am supposed to get. What I have found are bombs that don't work, or at least they don't work on my emulator because I apparently do something wrong. But again, to get bombs and shields and weapons and all that shit, you have to do this weird 3-step program full with chaos and every opportunity, and it's just too much headache. All that time I spent trying to follow this program and dying over and over again, I can also spend shooting at things and dying over and over again. And if I do the one thing, I just waste a lot of time and I'm still in this stupid level. If I do the other thing, then the stupid level is dead, and the onco block is dead, everything is dead, and we can finally go. So right now, health is gone, but the boss of the level hasn't shown up, because there are still Ace and brains to destroy, which I'm trying to find right now, because shooting everything else is completely useless at this point, since, yes, go A. A is blinded officially. Again, here is something I think is some kind of heart, so completely useless to destroy, but I could be wrong. I mean, look at this mess. All those fleshy veins pulsating, all this plant stuff in the foreground. Sometimes... oh, I'm dead again. Sometimes it's hard to decide what is what. I'll just go and shoot everything. Shooting everything. I hope you have fun watching me, because I didn't have fun playing this. I didn't. And my emulator really tried its best to destroy even more of my not fun by deactivating my autofire every single time I started playing this. This time I just said fuck it and went without autofire. So at this point my hands were already starting to hurt again. But well, let's just go on with it. Now I'm trying to read my radar map to find out where I can find eyes and brains, but I think, if I remember the manual correctly, then all that stuff I'm supposed to shoot is the same color, so only by reaching the place... oh, did you just see that? That blue thing dragged the humanoid away, like it is supposed to do? That's actually quite nice, because if I had grabbed the humanoid, those blue things would have gone after me instead. And since they are, remember, invincible, they can tank my shots for infinity, essentially reducing the damage I can do by sometimes flying in front of me and stealing my shots. Something we really don't want, so we have to leave the humanoids to their fate. And oh, a brain is found. Oh, destroyed. And another brain. Lucky. And an eye. So we have... and another eye. Soon the boss of this level will show up, and we will be done with this. Another. And again, the blue things with wings come to our aid. because they don't know how messed up this all is. So I haven't actually gotten a reason to save them. I'm just saying now, if there actually turns out to be some kind of secret ending if you save all of them, then fuck it. Fuck it. This is already sadistic nonsense. I'm absolutely refusing to do this again. More planned crap and shit. This wasn't planned. Well, just... Oh, come here again. Ah. Now let's... Oh. Okay, that wasn't planned either, but well. Go away. And of course, the manual states, as I've said sometime before in another video, that if you save those humanoids, then the blue things are supposed to go away again. They're only supposed to follow you and annoy you and kill you as long as you're dragging the humanoid around. But as you just saw, those blue things think differently. When you start to save humanoids, then they will just hang around you instead. Right now it's, of course, not really visible, because we have just one and sometimes they go away for a few seconds. But in older videos you have seen, if I save several of those humanoids, then oh, a new boss, and it looks slightly different. Well, nice. It's of course still the same behavior pattern all bosses have. It just flies wildly around the level, shooting bullets at us, and we have to avoid dying. Which is of course a bit hard to do, since we can't move as freely as the boss. The boss can just change directions at a moment's notice. We have to actually drag our ship around and accelerate into a new direction to change direction. And of course, when we do this, then we can't fire. Fun times. Theoretically, there could be some kind of strafing maneuver by accelerating really fast into one direction and then turning around. But for some reason, sadism I suppose, you lose a lot of your momentum if you do this. You still have to de-accelerate a bit before you can accelerate into a new direction, but you can't do any super sweet strafing moves, because if you rotate around to fire, then see, you're losing momentum and get slower a lot. For some reason, however, well, I suppose it works a little bit, but the problem is, since you're losing momentum fast, like some sort, I guess, spacecraft flying over through an atmosphere of a dying planet, at least it's realistic, right? So where was I? Yeah, so theoretically you can do some sort of mini strafing like I do, but since you lose momentum, the boss will catch up with you pretty fast and then kill you. As you see, if you're stuck inside the boss, you have to, well, either rotate away from the boss and then accelerate, or accelerate blindly flying through the boss. Both cases, the boss sucks the energy out of you and you're dead. Simple as that. Yes. So, really, you have to do these weird little knot strafes by flying away from the boss really fast, then rotating around and shooting, hoping that the rest momentum will carry you away fast enough to not get hit immediately when the boss comes after you. But as I demonstrate again and again, there is a little bit of movement, so I can call it strafing, but I have to accelerate really far and really fast to even have a little bit of momentum left if I turn around. And if I commit the grave error of even tapping really carefully into the new direction, then I'm coming almost to a full stop already. Well, at least de-accelerating is fast, I suppose. So it isn't a hindrance if I want to fly away in another new direction. But it also means that this little pseudo-strafe you just saw, me flying backwards and shooting, would stop immediately if I tap only lightly forward. If I do this accidentally, I'm practically dead in the water and the boss will have reached me before I can finish this sentence. Even so, the fight drags on practically only because sometimes I'm getting hit and then I have to rotate to run away, which means I die. It's quite repetitive. There's no sweet... what is the word again that I'm searching for right now? Pattern, yes. There's no sweet bullet pattern or to avoid or something, just shooting. So, we have rescued one humanoid, Onka block is besieged. Victory! Nope, there's another level. Level 6, the 6th planet. A desert again. Fun times.